Okay, so today I want to talk about the school to prison pipeline. Um, I was thinking about writing some notes. I even looked at a TED talk before entering or watching, not watching, but making this video. But I think I know a lot about the school to prison pipeline, and just so happened my father just came pulled up on us, and that gives me good material to talk about because he actually is a felon and he went to prison, so he's a big reason as to why. Me personally, I'm I already chose from a young age that I was gonna choose the opposite life. You know what I'm saying? Only because I understand how in America, if you get caught up in the system, they can pull you over and send you to jail for the littlest things. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be no big offense. You know what I'm saying? It could be a speeding ticket. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Driving without a license, you're going to jail. Anything. You know what I'm saying? And this is all the things that I seen as a youth that you know what I'm saying, kind of molded me to be this type of person and even wanting to do use my platform for a positive force or a positive, a positive way. So the school to prison pipeline, I feel like it starts obviously in school when you're young, you know what I'm saying? But obviously it's choices that you make, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a choice of who they wants to hang around, who they want to be like, who they want to listen to, who they want to uh, you know, involve themselves with and digest as far as musically and digest as far as like what they want to eat and stuff like that. Maybe not when you're young, but as you get older, you do. So it's funny because my dad was just talking about this in the car with us. He was saying how even the music that we digest and we listen to has a big influence on how we think and how we become as we get older. Like kids that grew up idolizing certain rappers as a youth, they fall in love with that gangster lifestyle, that gangster mentality, that gangster I guess way of life, and they don't realize that they're not even living the actual raps. Those are fabricated. Those aren't real. They're not really doing exactly what they're talking about. But the kids that's listening to you, that's in these streets, that's fighting for their life, they're the ones doing the actual thing that you're talking about, which creates this dynamic of things. So now you're trying to be like this person you look up to that got all the money, and meanwhile he ain't even rapping from a sincere place. Like he's not even doing that life, like doing that anymore. Even if he used to do it, he's not doing it now. Some of my most influential people are a product of that. Like people like Ti grew up rapping about the struggle and rapping about the I guess you can say the street culture, which he understands now. I'm sure that some of that may have influenced some of the people and some of the people who that was around him. Like when Ti started talking more revolutionary, you see how his life has changed. You know what I'm saying? So he's married. You know, just different things. You know what I'm saying? He's like a family man now. You know what I'm saying? So and that also goes with just creating a better image for the black man as a whole. So just going back to the topic of the school to prison pipeline, I think the music is a big influence in that. But not only that, but I feel like you can take an inner city youth that grew up in they can grow up in two different parts of town. You know what I'm saying? The person that grew up in the part of town that's a little bit more impoverished, he's going to be the one that most likely is going to um, actually negatively benefit from all the things that happen um, from the school to prison pipeline. If someone grew up in a culture that it's not even thinking about, all right, that's not even thinking about those type of negative things, and they're not idolizing things like that because they value education and they're putting their kids into programs. They're putting their kids and teaching them about financial literacy. They're teaching their kids about how to like uh, invest and do different things like that. They're not gonna even fall into that lifestyle because they was cultivated from a young youth to be this person that they're gonna be when they're older. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of it just has to do with guidance. You know what I'm saying? The people that are young and also from different areas, they don't have fathers in their life. They don't have a good role model to look up to. So that's key. You know, you definitely need guidance. You need a father figure. You need something to look up to so you can keep yourself on this straight and narrow path. So that's one thing I wanted to say as well from the school to prison pipeline. There's so much to say about it, but ultimately, I guess we see it all around us, especially if you come from any place that's especially in South Fulton, like that's where I'm from. So we see a lot of people, all the kids that was in class, that was the mischief makers, quote unquote. Um, you saw them dropping out. You know what I'm saying? You saw them choosing a different lifestyle. They never believed in the school system to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they had a right. Maybe they had foresight to see, or maybe they just knew it. They didn't really care about them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's how they felt. Maybe they had a right to feel like that, but ultimately that kind of led to them doing other things that wasn't positive. So I guess everything just kind of catch up to you. That's kind of the moral of the story. So just when you have these choices that you want to make, when it comes to being in the streets, selling drugs, being in the streets, robbing, killing people, or robbing, uh, whatever the case may be, whatever you're doing, scamming, whatever it is, I don't know. All of these things just come with a price, you know, with a price tag. So when you just have to be prepared for whatever that happens afterwards. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Point blank. So I don't I don't know how I covered that. I think I did a pretty okay job. You know, so the school to prison pipeline to me is very personal because I believe I was affected by it from my parents, well, my father. So it's personal because it could have been me, easily been me, and I just think just being 19 and graduated from high school, you already kind of beat you kind of already beat a lot of people opinions about you and a lot of people views on you. They never really thought you was gonna do it anyway. They never really wanted you to do it anyway. So that's kind of like one little marker that you kind of got past. That's for sure is just telling yourself and telling others that um, these stigmas that we have are just that. They're not going to define me. They're not going to like make me feel like I have to do this or I have to do that. No, you can still define yourself and reinvent yourself every day. My dad says that he want to reinvent himself every day. So that's something that I would like to leave y'all with. And without further ado, Kimante Martin, create a universe. And I'm out. Just go to prison pipeline. I covered the topic. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the special someone that told me to do this video.